I'm on mute so I can shuffle.
We are live another Sunday night.
Johnny muted himself so he can shuffle. I'm just going to be loud. Hi, Ona.
Hey, Miss Ona.
I think Lori said she was going to swing by too, so we should see her.
So I have a new deck I'm using tonight, the Dreaming Way Tarot.
That's cute.
It's lovely, just lovely for anybody that likes to know about the decks. I'm drinking my Trader Joe's white pomegranate white tea, thanks to Johnnie sending me a bet.
What are you drinking, Johnny?
Orange juice.
Just orange juice?
Just orange juice.
That's a big. Hold that up again. That looks like one of those novella candles. It does. It's just so far.
It does.
It's the size of this giant microphone, too. It's bigger than the bottle of water, so I'll figure drink that.
Johnny's got a whole bunch of new decks, thanks to everybody sending him stuff from his wish lists on Amazon.
I think I had. Well, I didn't even count. I got to do a whole count anyways.
You guys are so generous. That was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture on his community tab if you want to see all the stuff everybody sent him. It was crazy.
I was telling Johnny that I was excited for the Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck, and he got one that's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's gonna be
cute too. Never seen that.
I have a zombie deck too, so we get one of those special people from this administration. I'm pretty sure it'll be quite relevant. So.
Even Miller.
Hey, Lori from the Way of Positive Change.
Hi, Lori.
I was able to catch her live a couple of times this week.
I had to shuffle them all.
The glasses are not new. I have 40 pairs of glasses because I used to buy them in Hong Kong when I traveled there. I just tend to wear the same pair over and over. So I decided I'd put on a different pair tonight.
Me too. These fit well. My big giant head doesn't really fit for the other ones. Especially the ones I like the most. These are super tight. Like you can wear them for a couple hours and then after that, take it off. Squeeze your whole head.
These I need to take in and get the prescription changed in them. The prescription's too low for me now. Like I can read my notes, but reading the comments on the screen looks a little blurry.
Oh, you had the super chat. Rachel Gibson, thank you. She says she loves your glasses.
Oh, thank you. I missed that. Well, let's start with Judge Sullivan. Is he going to contest Flynn's pardon? Is he going to do a big old investigation and contest it? Especially since we know there's pay for pardon things going on.
Are we surprised?
No, it's Trump. Hey, Autumn. Autumn from Black and Orange in the house.
Hi, Autumn.
I miss a lot of Autumn's live streams because I'm doing personal readings during the week, but I try to catch them here and there. I don't know where Artie is. He is.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, he's over on my love seat sleeping. He's sound asleep. He did not hear me say go live. He is zonked out. I'm sure he'll wake up in a little bit. Judge Sullivan, are you going to contest Flynn's pardon? Do a little research, call for a hearing with the Department of Justice? Oh, Johnny, you and Adrian had a great time Friday night. Adrian totally lost it at one point.
It's nice when somebody else does. Thank you, Sue.
I think I instigated her losing it by a comment I made in the chat. She couldn't recover. It was fun.
Yeah, and Becca's hair nice.
I finally decided to fix it today after like 8 months, 9 months, something like that. I was like, girl, stop being so lazy. Do something about it. Hair on your head.
Are you coming over, Artie?
Oh, my little boyfriend.
He woke up. Are you coming up?
Thank you, Ewat.
Oh, and I missed another one. And Sue, thank you, Sue.
I suck at keeping up with the super chats, but I will try because Jenny's prescription on those glasses, she can't see very far. She's having a hard time seeing the screen. So if I see it, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And if I miss anybody, thank you. Greatly appreciated. I can see my notes fine down here, like reading, but up on the screen, it's a little blurry with these glasses on. What are you getting, Johnny?
I get no. There is some, not that there's no attempt, but I guess there's no success. With the 7 of Cups, the Tower, and the 5 of Swords, there's a defeat because of, thank you, Robin, because of some murky details here. So there are some things that need to be ironed out that are probably going to be happening at the same time. There could also be a investigation into the pardons period with that whole pay for pardons thing. So there may be a little back burner for him and his in particular agenda, but something weighs him down. Thank you, Sunflower. Something weighs him down, and he's got some work to do before he can get success on that. So I'm gonna go with no for now.
Yeah, what are you getting, Becca?
I'm just getting a passionate argument in the courts. So Johnny's saying not right now, perhaps down the road, because I see him arguing with the courts or arguing with government here.
I think it's going to be down the road because I end ultimately with my yes card, the sun card. It's like all this money on the bottom of the deck, that's being waived for the pardons. I'm getting that Sullivan is going to be a little bit of a bully. So he's going to stand his grounds, and the high priestess is his challenge. There's a lot of secrets going on. He knows there have been offers for pardons and commitments to those, and that there's investigations that are going to be going on because of it. I get that there's something is coming to an end, but I get Sullivan moves forward with looking for more research. Thank you, Katie. Looking for more answers, and there's a little bit of a delay, and then judgment in the sun. I think, yes, thank you, chat. I think ultimately he will challenge it, but it looks like he might try to delay it until like Biden's in. Something is definitely going to go to the courts over these pardons, because I got the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords or Knight of Swords. Something is definitely going to move into the courts over the pardons. Thank you, Pam. So Sidney Powell, Trump's flunky lawyer that supposedly he fired. Thank you, Larry Buddha Boy. Thank you, Pam. And also Michael Flynn, now that he's been pardoned. Both have said that Trump should declare martial law to try to get a new election. So that is basically sedition. That is going against our country, against our democracy, against our elections. I want to know, will Sidney Powell or Michael Flynn, either one, be brought up on sedition charges? Because now Michael Flynn thinks he can say anything because he's got a preemptive pardon.
It's becoming a yenta now. Now he wants to do a bunch of talking.
Yeah, now he wants to obstruct some more. Will they get sedition charges? Which is kind of a nicer way of saying treason.
I'm going to go no for both, but Michael Flynn, he has the 10 of swords, the 7 of cups, the page of swords. There is something there that protects him. I guess maybe he has some sort of inside man or whatever the case may be. But the Sydney lady has something coming up where she is going to be burdened big time. I got the hangman, so she has a change in not just perspective, but position. And then there's the death card. So here is the major change. And then it's followed by the 10 of wands. She has something that is going to be weighed on her like severely. I don't know exactly what, because I only pulled 3 cards, but she's got her hands full going forward. I don't know exactly what it is. She may have a bunch of legal problems, legal troubles, debt, whatever the case may be. But
She needs to lose her law license.
yes.
What are you getting, Becca?
For Sidney Powell, no. For Michael Flynn, no. Michael Flynn, there's something about him where he may come under review by peers, whatever that is. I don't know if that would be like the DOD, veterans, whatever it is, but he comes under review. For her, no.
Yeah, I get they're kind of laying low on any sedition charges with them right now. The challenge is there will be investigations in the future. There is definitely some sort of collaboration. And, you know, Flynn and Powell are feeling quite victorious right now, but it's pay to play. So, I get, you know, there's some lying going on. They're stuck right in the middle of whatever is going on. There is a commitment or a promise to do this, and judgment will be on them eventually. And the Sun card, which is like, yes, but later, like, and it may not be sedition, it may be some other charge, but they're gonna get moving forward into some sort of legal troubles. It's going to cause all kinds of anxiety for them in the future.
Jenny, I don't mean to derail the show, but I have a question.
Certainly.
What's going to happen to Michael Flynn? Because there's nothing that gets under my skin more than knowing that the skipper of the Roosevelt was basically dragged through the mud. They took his ship away simply because he was trying to help the sailors on board from getting sick. He went to review at the Pentagon and they still said no. And then Michael Flynn sold his country out for a few $1 million and pays for a pardon and nothing happens. Like,
yeah, let's look at, will he lose his 3 stars? You know, he's a 3-star general. Will he lose his military pension and all that? Will he lose his standing? Like, what do they call that when they take away your honors or whatever in the military?
I only know it as demotion, but usually when that happens, you get demoted and you get thrown in the brig or restriction. I don't know about officers after they've finished their term. Like, that's unheard of. I've never even...
If they could take his stars away?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they could, but it's unheard of. I've never seen anything like that, you know? So
Because why work 20 plus years, then throw it all away for what?
And it's not court martial because you have to be, I believe you have to be active duty to go be court martialed. But then again, I've been out for a very long time. And I don't know anybody that's been court martialed.
Well, they face any kind of military punishment.
Mm-hmm. Was he Army?
Yeah, I think he was Army.
Yeah, I have no idea what the Army does. Never worked with you.
Wait, his son was implicated in something too, was he not?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, at least take his damn pension, strip him of everything, take away his benefits, everything, strip him down to nothing. His retirement, all of it.
He's going to lose something.
I get he's still doing shady stuff, duplicitous, shady.
I get he's going to lose something here, but there's a new inspiration of how to go after him legally within the military for something he's done in the past. And he's backstabbing the military and things that he's done. So, card of transition, I feel like it's his retirement, like he loses his retirement. Yeah, that's a retirement card for me. He's going to lose his retirement. There'll be some sort of investigation, and they're going to work out all the details of that. But yeah, he's walking away with nothing, with empty cups. It's going to take a while, though. Temperance. It's going to take a while. He's put in defense mode with the military.
That's just beyond me.
There's a man who is in position for military here. This is higher rank with the King of Cups and the Six of Wands. This person, there might be some sort of conversation about his rank or his status or his something. Like, I don't see him going to jail. I don't see him, unfortunately. But here with the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Cups, there is, however, something about his son that is coming back. He has not escaped danger. Michael Flynn possibly, but he has not escaped danger. There is still something that they're holding against him and holding over his head. Now, mind you, his cooperation was pending on, I guess, the exoneration of his son. But since you got yourself a pardon deal off the table, there is something that son is still facing. Now, him, there is something quick moving for him. So I guess he's about to be in the clear pretty soon. And I clarified this with the Knight of Swords. Whatever it was, something is moving fast and it can't be stopped. So I think his exoneration is coming because he got a good gift with the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, but he paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, to the person in chat, that's the dog tarot.
Yes. There's a cat one coming too.
All I got is that he's just very duplicitous and conniving, manipulative, a fraud, a con, sneaky. Like, no. Mm-hmm. And that I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
Well, I think when we've read on him like a week ago or whenever it was when he first got his pardon, maybe 2 weeks ago, we were getting that he's not out of the woods yet because there can be some additional charges and things that come up, and because he's doing new stuff like, declare martial law, doing things like sedition. Let's just look again. Is Flynn, not necessarily just with the military, but does he have more legal troubles coming when Biden and a new AG is in office?
What's the question one more time?
Is he facing more legal trouble for other things he hasn't been charged with yet? Because his plea deal is null and void now, and there were a lot of other charges in there as well as stuff on his son.
Are you out of legal trouble? Get the kid again. I get the kid and the two of cups, something they did together. 2 of wands, 6 of swords. It was overseas. 5 of coins, 4 of coins, justice. This was indeed illegal, and it was something that they took away from the situation. So they came back here with money, things, information, whatever it is that they were supposed to keep close to the vest, because this thing may have been secret. Not secret as in top secret classified, but secret as in this is just not something everybody's supposed to know unless you work there or work around there or something of that nature. So they may be also foreign agents, since they were also had access to this information. 7 of cups. No, he is not out of legal trouble. There is still something down the pike. It just hasn't been ironed out yet.
Yeah, I get the same thing. Something he collaborated on with probably his son. That he's going to get a lot of attention on, and it's going back to court. He's not going to like it, of course, because it brings a big change. But it's something that he has done in the past with his son. And I feel like Trump was aware of it also. They get judgment. They're going to be fighting in court. And the case, I feel like, is going to be very successful. It's something that they gaslighted America about. So something they either covered up or gaslighted about. He's going to lose the case. He's going to lose the legal challenge. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting that. Is there feedback?
Is there feedback?
Okay, because I could hear myself talking back. I'm getting that the arguments return. There's a repetition here. It repeats again. Because there's his career, there's change and improvement or something that returns, and then it repeats here. So he's not, and this was over the next 6 months. I asked if he would be in legal jeopardy over the next 6 months, and it's saying, yeah, something repeats, it comes back. So he's not out of the woods yet. So Sidney Powell and Flynn both told Trump, you should declare martial law, declare the election invalid, make them do it again or whatever. Will Trump declare martial law? Which means he would have to get the Pentagon and everybody else behind him. It's like, dude, do it so you can lose again. And you can be the first president in history to lose 800 times. Just do it. Just do it.
What you getting, Johnny?
No. He would love to, naturally, because he's losing. Well,
he's lost.
But he keeps losing over and over and over. And every time he pays for a recount, they find more votes for Biden. So, I mean, just.
Because I get here with this is the Pentagon. This is him, the Fool. There is the World and the Queen of Cups. He would like to exercise some sort of authority over the world, naturally. But there's a change to the strength, and the Four of Pentacles is what accompanies it. So it is a reining in. This is checks and balances. This is something held close to the vest. So there is no wilding out on this one. You're going to have to play by the rules in this in particular case, because there is a change in your authority. You may even have been trying to put people in place in the Pentagon so you could pull this type of thing off, but you cannot.
What he has been doing, he's been putting a lot of, like Corey Lewandowski put in the Pentagon. Yeah, I get, completion. It's done. He's waiting right now. He's, thinking about it. But the challenge is he's a little man now. He's this lying little man now. He's already lost. He doesn't understand the loss, though, because I get that, like, a foreign leader had a commitment to him that he would not lose. So he's surprised by the loss, like he can't believe it. But yeah, he's transitioning away. He's got legal problems waiting for him, and all the betrayal that he's done. He's got anxiety waiting for him. I don't see him taking military action. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting he's got a lot of yes men and bootlickers around in his little administration here with the key in the house. It's a wish. It's just a wish. He'd like to. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
He'd like to be a little dictator.
Mm-hmm.
So Elliot Brody is the former finance chairman for the RNC. In October, he pled guilty to charges as acting as an unregistered foreign agent. And he was also the campaign finance chairman with Michael Cohen and DeJoy. So he's got deep ties with Trump. Is he one of the, he's got major problems with some corruption that went on with Malaysia. Y'all can research that if you want to look up Malaysian state fund fraud, the one DMB fraud. There's suspicion he's involved in that. That was to the tune of billions of dollars. Is he one of the pay for pardon people?
What was his name again?
Elliot Brody. Brody.
Did Elliot Brody pay for a pardon?
He's also real good friends with George Nader, the one they arrested at the airport for the child, what stuff on his computer. He's one of those.
Phone. It was on his phone.
And they think he paid $1.6 million to a former Playboy bunny purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube. They think for having an affair, like keeping it quiet, they think that that might have been a cover-up for another one of Trump's foibles.
Hmm.
There's suspicion of that. Elliot Broidy, did he try to bribe for a pardon? He was convicted in 2009 also for a public corruption and bribery case. He's just bad. What y'all getting?
So I don't see Trump in here. If there is a pay for pardon, I think he paid for access, kind of like go to Michael Cohen like everybody did when Trump first got elected. There's some money here, though. There's lots. So somebody paid for something. And the very first card I get is the 8 of Swords, which is for jail. And then there's the Page of Swords, which is the inside man. So there is someone here. The 4 of Swords and Strength, which would be his. The 4 of Swords would be you out of jail, but kind of like Manafort, to where you're on house arrest or you're still, you're still laid away somewhere. But the Strength would be moving from one thing to the other. That would be him getting out of jail, but still having not a record, because I guess that's what the pardon is for, but you still have this thing where everybody knows you're guilty, basically. Mm-hmm. But to transition and to move on, there is your payment with the Page of Pentacles. And then the 7 of Pentacles, he paid for it a long time ago. So this is a pay-to-play type of thing. So I think he invested money with somebody. And it was somebody very close to Donald Trump, and it could be somebody even in his family.
Yeah, I'll have to research who his lawyer was, because maybe that's the go-between person.
That's what I get.
What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting yes, but it came not to Donald Trump, perhaps to a woman.
That's what I got.
Mm-hmm. Because there's his career, his reputation, his honors. There's a party, large body of people, a congregation of people, and then this woman here. So I don't know. This is the Trump campaign, Trump inaugural, Trump something. And then there's a woman here, because these are both positive. But it went to her, is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So not him directly, it went to her.
I do feel like there was a lawyer or somebody that was like a go-between to negotiate this. And he did bully for it. He's got anxiety now and under a lot of burden. And he's temporarily blocked from getting a pardon. They're mulling it over, so to speak, because these papers that have everything redacted in it, his name's probably in it. But that was the plan. He's hanging on right now, and he's going to lose it. He's not going to get the pardon, but there's definitely money involved, steady money that went to the administration.
All those people whose names are redacted, they know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're fearless. It's like, okay, well, they don't care. They just think they're going to get away with it.
Uh-huh. Just brazen, just absolutely brazen, like.
So, shifting gears for a minute, Biden has been talking about raising Social Security by $200 a month. We've had a lot of inflation and stuff. Will he get Social Security increased, whereas the Republicans have been wanting to cut it and kill it?
Entitlements. I hate that word.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
We all pay it in. It's ours at the end of it.
No, really, what they mean is you all paid for it, but we're entitled to take it to pay off for the other stuff that we kind of ran the bill up on.
Because when they say it, what I hear is poor people who want money for nothing. That's what I hear every time they say it. If that's not what they're saying, fine. But that's what
that's what they're saying, Johnny. That's
entitlement. You think you need this, or you think you get this just because.
Then let me get an accountant and let me go through my social security number and pay myself back every penny that I have paid into social security since I've been working. If you want to talk about entitlement.
And then don't ask me for no more ever again.
So will social security be raised by $200?
Or more. Get an increase under Biden.
Social security be increased under Biden.
You getting Johnny?
I get no, but I get that there are some people in his own party that may be the ones to not go along with the get along. You get the Eight of Swords and the Death. This is him and his group. There's a change there. I got the King of Cups at the top, which is Joe Biden. And then I get the High Priestess here. So there's some conversations behind closed doors to where somebody can't be persuaded. The Ten of Swords meets the Knight of Pentacles, which then equals the Three of Swords. So there's some heartbreak betrayal. Then it ends in the Tower. So I don't get anything good over here. So because my question was, what are the changes to Social Security under Joe Biden's administration? And there are no changes. And in fact, they can't get them to agree on the increase, is what I get.
Yeah. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting that there's hope to negotiate an increase. Here's the increase, the improvement, your hope, and then negotiating it. There's a hope for it. If it would have been this way, I would have said, oh yeah, it goes up. This way is just there's discussions about it. It's being talked about. The possibility of the increase.
Yeah.
That's what it's telling me.
I got the wishing, hoping card on the bottom here. You know, he's going out on a leap of faith. It's going to be a battle. And, you know, Joe is trying to move into action here. But I get that he has to walk away from it. I think what I'm getting is that there are so many people that had a sudden loss of job that need money that they're going to put more towards because of the virus, that there are so many people that had a sudden loss that they're going to put more money that direction, because that's what America needs right now to protect people and keep them in their homes and stuff. So I don't think he's gonna, if he does anything, it's gonna be down the road, because I think right now he's got to take care of the people that are laid off. Okay. Broke, melting, Rudy Tooty, crematorium, Four Season, adult bookstore, Giuliani. He's begging for a pardon.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he hasn't even renewed his law license in D.C., so I think that's interesting. But he's supposedly begging for a pardon.
Wait,
Is
so
Trump going to pardon Giuliani because he's stuck by him all through all this stuff and done a lot of dirty work for him?
Rudy Giuliani hasn't renewed his license,
He hasn't renewed his law license in D.C.
but
He
he's
still has it.
arguing for Trump on Trump's behalf.
He still has it in like New York, but he has not renewed it in D.C., which could be a problem down the road.
So will Rudy Giuliani get a pardon?
Will he get a pardon from Trump? Because he went to the Ukraine, and Russia and everywhere else for Trump. He found Hunter's laptop on the side of the road. He's digging up all the voter fraud.
It wasn't on the side of the road. A blind guy gave it to him.
Yeah, a blind guy. Well, the story kept changing. He was dumpster diving and found it.
A blind guy was dumpster diving and just happened to find Hunter Biden's laptop. Will Rudy Giuliani get a pardon?
There is some assistance with courts here, or assistance with the judgment. Judgment is in the middle as well. But I get the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. There is some assistance with judgment. However, once the administration changes with the King of Cups and the Four of Wands, there will be a judgment and a change in everything, because they got the death card and the judgment card. Now, normally those would mean, tickets to Disneyland, but there is some sort of big, huge judgment that is coming upon you. So whatever he is trying to help you here with the courts, that's not really going to be effective, because pardons are only for federal crimes. And so whatever is coming against you is not a federal crime.
Yeah, he's here he is drinking. I'm picking that up on the bottom, like hallucinating. He's stuck right in the middle of everything. He's been the emissary for the king. He's done all these actions in the past and helped with the plans and everything, but he's just clinging. I don't get that he gets a pardon. What he gets is investigations, burdens, stabbed in the heart over thievery that he did, and a tower. Bam. Rudy's going to get taken down in a hard way. I don't see a pardon. What are you getting, Becca?
The cards are saying no, that he won't, but I'll believe it when I see it. See what I'm saying? Because it's like this guy has done everything short of polishing Trump's shoes, but this is saying no. There's something that he's done here that is secret, that is classified, that he has knowledge of, a project that he was working on that's abusive and dangerous here. So, and then I pulled more cards, something about him traveling and journeying afar because he was trying to be generous and loving to the administration. He was a close entourage. But this is saying no. So maybe he gets off on federal, but they're state, because this is saying no.
Well, that's because all of his fake lawsuits, the states now can turn around and sue him, take away his law license or whatever, or what do you call it?
Disbar him?
Disbar him or something. Thank you, Catherine. So is Rudy facing state charges? Happy to see you too, Catherine, and everybody else.
I get he faces both state and federal. I don't know what the state is, but it keeps jumping back to he's like in a world of hurt. The Two of Wands and the Hierophant. There is going to be something that someone is trying to hold their cards close to the chest until the government goes through a change or a transition here with the Death card too. There's something that is about to change, of course, with the government that somebody is waiting on. And whoever that is very savvy because naturally, if you do it now, then it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
But the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands, there is going to be a fight that leads to heartbreak, that leads to devastation, that leads to loneliness, that leads to isolation with him, possibly from his cohorts. With the Temperance card, he's going to be separated from his group, which is the way you get the weak one. So he's still in the world of hurt. He's got both to worry about.
What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting yes. He's in trouble with the states too.
Yeah. I'm getting that, they're going to wait till Biden's in. So I was getting the exact same thing, Johnny. He's in for dark night of the soul. His world is never going to be the same. Thank you, Twina. He's, things that he got off the ground, even work that he didn't finish, but he was paid for. And there's a lot of money floating around. He gets a subpoena. He gets an abundance of subpoenas. So he gets several, and it's going to surprise him. Well, when? But it's for things that he did for Trump, for the GOP, lies and manipulations that he did. He's going to court. He's about to be hurting big time.
With all these pardons and stuff, these preemptive pardons that Trump's talking about, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but then there's like a part of me that has hope because they're just so stupid that they're going to forget something. And they've committed too many crimes, so they're going to get caught on something, unless they have somebody in a room with a running list of every crime they've committed,
Absolutely. Thank you, Jill. Mitch McConnell was crying crocodile tears in his tribute to Lamar Alexander, who did nothing in the Senate except for voted with McConnell on everything. Mm-hmm. Why was Mitch so tearful over Lamar's retiring?
Why was Mitch McConnell crying over Lamar Alexander's retirement?
And granted, he's from Tennessee, right below Kentucky, but
I didn't know that turtle could cry. Had no idea.
Crocodile tears. Little bitty turtle tears. They didn't have far to fall.
And I like turtles. Turtles are cool. Not Mitch.
For that one.
He's like a snapper turtle.
It just seemed like there was a little more than just Lamar's retiring. Thank you, Colin.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I have to wash my head first.
What is that, Florida water?
Yeah, God.
That kind of energy.
It makes my soul itch. It's just, Lord, mercy, I can't stand that person.
What'd you get, John?
It might be a past life thing because he repulses me.
Uh-huh.
God.
He's gross, man. He's
Never mind the millions of people who have died from COVID. Don't cry for them. Cry for this fool who just retired. It ain't like he going into outer space to never be seen again.
Not like he
You
died.
call him on the phone and talk to him every day. You ain't got to cry because he quit.
Yep. Not like he died. Like the 200 and whatever hundreds of thousands are dead now. People that ain't got a house to live in while he refuses to pass legislation so that people don't lose their homes. Don't
Mhm.
cry for them.
Lord Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, wait. I have to reset because I wasn't even paying attention. Why was he so emotional? Why was he so emotional? Three of Swords and the Emperor. So he really is emotional because he left. Was he in the Senate too, or wherever?
Yeah.
He left because he was emotional because of that separation from power with the three of Swords and the Emperor. That's pretty much what I get. So stupid. Now he was a good fundraiser. There's something attached to money there too, but that's pretty much it.
I get he was, he feels abandoned. He's got some abandonment issues now, and that made him feel quite emotional because they'd known each other for a long time. Here he is giving his message. But there's something that Lamar helped him manipulate with their laws and their courts. So, like, if Mitch was the King of Swords, Lamar was the Queen that supported him and helped him fight and push through their agenda. And he sees it as a completion to government the way it's the end of the government the way he knew it. It will never be the same without Lamar. So I didn't get the Lover's card, but so I don't think there was that kind of love or anything. I just think he's lost somebody that fought for him to push through his agenda.
Fantastic person.
I'm getting manipulation, news of manipulation, visiting for manipulation, a woman that is persistent with her messaging, Fox News, and a woman that's an anchor with what she writes or what she says. Also, a woman here, quite possibly a redhead, that has to do with paperwork, legislations, receipts. News about stability, security, and persistent, but this woman is centered to the reading. So it's like, because the Fox is also employment, maybe they were hired by her or answered to her, like a Rebecca Mercer.
Like I was going to say, like a Rebecca Mercer.
Because of these. Fraudulent, suspicious woman. There's your bills, your messages, your mail, receipts, transcripts. This is a descriptor. She may be a redhead. It's someone that writes. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Fox News here, a female anchor. And then it has to do with propaganda because of this. The news, that sticks here. So propaganda. So it's like, I'm all alone in my propaganda.
I don't have anybody to help me push it through anymore.
Yep.
Satan's on the main line. Tell him what you want.
Yep.
The UK is in their final weekend of negotiating for a Brexit deal. Will they secure a Brexit deal with the European Union? Because if they don't, they will have a hard Brexit with no deal, or will Brexit fail? So we'll ask that second. Will Brexit go through? Will the UK get a deal with the European Will for Brexit? I have some questions for our UK followers.
Will Britain get a European deal?
I'm not from the UK, but So I can't. I know Scotland has wanted its independence for a long time, and so forth and so forth and so forth. But the EU breaking up just seems like the wrong way to go. And I know everything is not Russia, 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 but I think this is just me saying. I don't mean to sound conspiratorial, but
That was behind the whole thing was part of that Cambridge Analytica.
Cambridge Analytica, Nigel Farage. It's
That
all.
little demon-looking Nigel Farage looks like Smeagol.
Yeah.
He really does.
Thank you, Wendy. So, will the UK get a deal with the European Union? Yeah, they keep saying like this is the deadline, but they've extended the deadline. I don't know how many times.
Mhm.
If you guys are complaining about the feedback, it's more than likely StreamYard. It will
I don't hear anything.
fix itself.
I'm not hearing it tonight. I heard it the last time.
I heard it just now a little bit on you, and it was doing it to me earlier on the echo. What you getting, Johnny?
I get no. Hopefully that's wrong, but I get no. I get something, like she said, I guess needs to be extended. Page of Swords, Ten of Swords. Bad news, ending. And then I get moving back to, I guess, the drawing board here with the Six of Cups and where we were before. Three of Wands, Hangman, Knight of Coins. This is heavily impacted by commerce, as in, well, you Google it, look it up, and you will see that exports, imports are very important in this deal. But the Three of Wands and the Hangman, so the plans that they were committed to has now become stuck and stagnant, and then it ends in the Eight of Swords. So I get no.
I get no for right now, because I get like they're trying to manipulate them. Thank you, Finnick. The challenge is to have good news. Like they can't have good news. It's like the European Union is just not accepting it. Here's the UK trying to isolate themselves, and they're out in the cold from a deal and blocked from it. But after some waiting, they try to negotiate again. They try to get some cooperation on it. I want to read on it. Is Brexit going through? What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting no. The institution is going to be suffering. There's going to be suffering, regret, pains, burdens. No.
I almost feel like they may throw it up for voting on again. So is Brexit going to go through? Even as a hard Brexit? And Ireland doesn't want to do it, you know, that, and Ireland's like kind of split up between Northern and Southern Ireland, and it's kind of a mess. Thank you, JR. I don't think I told you thank you earlier.
I get some retreat from that too. No, Doreen, that's one of Jen's pictures. I get the Tower and the Three of Pentacles. So here is the meeting of the minds and the little collaborations and talking to the experts and the deliberation, blah, blah, blah. And then I get the Tower. And then I get someone in power here goes into a period of introspection. So there is still a lot that has, I guess, leaders. There's still a lot of talking and negotiating that has to go on. This wasn't built overnight. Guess it won't break it down overnight either. And then it ends in the Eight of Cups and the Five of Swords. But isn't this a done deal, though? I guess it's not.
They could always say we can't get a deal and throw it back up for election again, because they know Russia and Cambridge Analytica and Farage and everybody and Steve Bannon and everybody else kind of messed with it and influenced, just like our elections. Thank you, Patty. So they could say, you know what, let's throw it up. It's a referendum. Let's throw it up and vote on it again. I'm kind of getting like it's delayed because trying to get what's fair and balanced for everybody, they can't get a new start on it. So they're kind of hanging on in place. They can't get a deal that they're satisfied with. Something changes, and then I get a new action. This will be after a little bit of time here with patience, but a coming together of the minds. And I'm getting something with the government, like throwing it out there, getting the people's judgment again. So I think they may take some sort of vote on it again. It's like there's corruption involved. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm just getting continued ongoing legislation and negotiations. It's kind of stuck, or it becomes stuck here. It's persistent. It has endurance. The meetings and the negotiations there, the paperwork, the laws is persistent.
So
keep going. Yeah.
It's stuck. It doesn't move forward, but it doesn't go away. It just keeps hanging over them.
Mm-hmm. You know, they keep saying in the chat room that Rudy Giuliani has been admitted to the hospital.
Let's do a health reading on him, because first they said he tested positive for the virus, and then I think it was Trump or somebody.
The New York Times, Rudy Giuliani has tested positive for coronavirus, Trump says.
Yeah. And then somebody else said, no, he hasn't. But, his son tested positive a few weeks ago. So let's do a health spread on Rudy.
Valerie, if you hover over your screen, you will see live down at the bottom left-hand corner. If it has a red dot to it, you should be where everybody else is. If that dot is white or clear, then that means you're not watching the live stream. So click live, and then it should take you to where everybody else is too. Rudy Giuliani. What is wrong with this? Remind you, this is what Trump said, is that he has coronavirus.
Something secret going on.
You get high priestess, I get devil. So.
There's a hidden agenda.
I got you, Larry girl. Well, there is something going on. I don't get never mind. Yes, I do. Pay attention to what's on the table, sir. So there is some sort of condition here. This is my card for disease. This is my COVID card, but this is also my card for disease. So the Five of Pentacles is present. We start with the Devil in the Tower, which is not really things you want to see in your reading. unless they're like canceling each other out or something. But that's what starts it. This might be thank you, Linda, a thing that he brought on. There might be some bit of indulgence of abuse or something that he may have brought on himself. It may be in excess here with the Emperor. There's an abuse of something that was given to him with the Three of Pentacles. There is something also. There is here with the Knight of Wands. There is a movement. It has something to do with his health. So I guess he is in the hospital or have been rushed to the hospital or something. Thank you, Velvet Touch. It ends in the Three of Swords. There might be a heart problem too coming down the pike. He may have, even while he's there, may suffer. Not that I wish that on anybody, but he may suffer a cardiac event. But yeah, his health is in danger. You in danger, girl.
Mm-hmm.
If they're watching something in his blood, he probably has neuropathy, cold hands, cold feet. He also has a bad back, so he probably has some impeded nerves in his spine also. But there's a transition to put a lid on his emotions going on. There is some sort of manipulation. And I laid some clarifiers on that, and I'm getting like, the fighting, the talking, the losses he's had in court and the anxiety that's causing. So I'm kind of getting the feeling he might be close to a nervous breakdown. He also he has intestinal tract issues. Well, no joke. If you watch the videos of him doing that fake hearing thing and he's tooting all the way through it, he's got intestinal issues, but he's got something going on with his heart. Something is too low in his blood or circulatory system, so his blood pressure may be dropping, and that may be causing the neuropathy in the hands and feet. I'm not getting my COVID card. He's got some mental issues. I think he's having a nervous breakdown.
Can I address something real fast? For those in the chat who complain what the moderators ask you to do, that does not come from the moderators. It comes from whoever channel it is on. They basically are repeating to you what we repeated to them. So don't blame them. If you have a problem with what's going on in the channel or the channel's rules, you can talk to the person whose channel it is. But it is not them who is raining on your parade. It comes from us. So there you go. So Becca, what you get?
I'm getting something chronic that's new, that is domestic, from the administration. Funny enough, I don't get the lungs card here, which would be the clouds. And I don't get the throat, which would be the birds. What I do get is that there may be a significant surgery required to deal with something that's obstructed here, blocked, and there's your surgery for a blockage here that's significant to relieve it here, to open it up, to give it access. I don't have the heart card either. The mountain has to do with your head, and it could also be in reference to blockages or anywhere where there is a pileup. But it's something chronic in the early stages, which, like Johnie said, you brought this upon yourself. You're over there acting a fool like a child, like nothing's going to happen.
And drinking like a fish, and he's a cancer survivor, but he doesn't take care of himself.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but I don't see anything like tickets to the park or nothing here at all, because he's going to be like Jesus, and on the third day he's going to rise from the dead.
That's what they do in this administration.
I got all the ticket park cards over here.
You got tickets to the park card over there?
That's possibly. I'll just say it that way. Not that I wish that on anybody, even these repulsive people, but Well, maybe Mitch, but no, not really. But
Mhm.
I don't get good cards. Like everything I got was not good. I'll just say that.
Yeah, we'll just give him whatever Spanky was on and fixed you up just like that.
Or Melania, she ate right and had her vitamins, and she was fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I know we've looked at this before. Let's just check in because Trump has been trying to manipulate and mess around with the Electoral College. December 14th, when the Electoral College votes, does Trump sway any of those votes to him, or does Biden come up the winner? Emotions will be running high that day.
They're going where they're supposed to. 5 of Pentacles, somebody's out. 6 of Pentacles, somebody's in. 3 of Swords, somebody's out. 6 of Swords, somebody's in. 8 of Pentacles, Temperance. So they're going to do their job, working, doing their job. Transition's already started for everybody except Donald Trump. Just keep that in mind you. Even Republicans are saying, okay, let's move this show along.
I'm kind of enjoying it though. It's like,
Me too.
kind of like, dude, you lost, but we won't accept it. So it's loss after loss after loss after, it's like, the universe is like, I tried to tell you once, you're asking for more.
Like the meme I posted on my community tab, every time Biden wins again, an angel gets its wings. Yeah, I get the same thing. Like there is strength behind the old friend, and somebody goes away. So it's going to come in rather quickly. There is a change in the White House, and I get climbing to higher ground and victory for Biden, and I get the thief and all his little dark lying ways is going to contest it. He's not going to accept it. We know that. He won't accept what they say.
I mean, how many times has he lost already? I lost track.
Here's Artie.
It's like a
Artie.
person trying to swim in an empty pool. He keeps swearing up and down there's water in there. He's just flapping away.
Meanwhile, he's going down the drain.
I'm getting that the Electoral College here with the garden, the college, large body of people goes where there was an abundance of success, meaning Biden. So they stay with the vote. They're not going to be swindled into. Spanky said so we're gonna.
So once we have the Electoral College vote in and Biden is declared the winner again, what would it take to make Trump leave office early?
Okay. What will it take to make Trump leave office early?
Where's Jay Rivera? Just throw the KFC out the front door. Oh, Lord. The McRib is back. Maybe we'll try that.
Have a Playboy bunny party down at Mar-a-Lago. Purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube.
What makes Donald Trump leave office early? What would make him leave office early?
Biden on the bottom.
My first card, justice. That's okay. Let's see what we get.
Court cases.
Mm-hmm.
court cases would make him go an action by the courts.
I was never a fan of McRib.
Yeah, he's trying to work, but if he has to defend himself in court, which he'll lose, he'll lose that also. That would make him go early. And moneyed news and more information, more stuff coming out with the virus. This is my virus card. So we're already at over 3,000 a day dying.
Are we really?
Yeah. Thank you, me, myself, and I. You know, by Christmas we could be over 5,000 a day. It's insane. So yeah, illegal action, investigations, and charging after him. But he might still try to cling to that radiator in the White House and take himself to it. What are y'all getting?
Justice and Biden. I got the same things you got. Justice and Biden. King of Cups, justice. That's what would do it.
And the question was, what would make him leave early?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting that the lapdog that licks his boots would clear him because he's in a world of danger. But, you know, the lapdog that he kicks. See, here's him abusing his little friend here. You know, the guy that had the fly on his head.
Uh-huh.
And then here's him clearing him, giving him a new direction because he in trouble. But like, I don't think he would.
I think he's gonna hunker down for the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think he would even consider giving Pence 2 seconds of the presidency, even if it's to pardon him.
Yeah.
You know?
So Elijah Cummings, does he have any messages for us?
The world's coming out of darkness. The first thing I hear, get the world high priestess 8 of Wands, which means that there will be a light and a bridge to relationships. There will be a talk of diplomacy. And I think going back to the way things used to be, when you can actually go to another country, shake a person's hand and not be an embarrassment on TV. There's also some who will, I hear, never see the light of day. I get the King of Swords, which is Donald Trump, but it's going to be not him necessarily, people that he elevated or that elevated themselves off of his back. So there will be some of that. There is also a fight against unseen forces. So this is something he is trying to warn people about and say that online is where your fight really is, not in the streets with people holding guns. This is a online thing. So make sure that you pay attention to those things a little bit more, especially with the Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff where everybody's instantly connected, but everybody can also hide in the shadows of a fake name and a assumed identity. So that's where your fight really is. Do not rush to do not, as the saying goes, don't rush towards the light in the storm, for it might not always lead you to a safe harbor. There is something here about don't assume, vet everything. So do not cling to local heroes. So if a person is coming out just because they have the D at the end of their name for Democrat does not mean they're on your side. So make sure that you are looking and vetting. And take care of your country, for it will take care of you. And that's it.
What are you getting, Becca?
Lies about business and business fraud that's been in the shadows will come out with several accounts overseas. Betrayals that were suspicious or in regards to manipulation and fraud. Those will come out. People that are having trouble with money right now. The trouble with money because of work that is uncertain. Help is on the way. That's coming. Give about 2 is very significant here. 2 to 3, so February, March, maybe, or the 22nd of January 22nd, with the writer and what is that? Crossroads number 22. Job uncertainties, but that's moving in a different direction. It's going to get more stable. People are hurting. They have problems. People are worried about their bills. They don't know where the money is going to come in. But he's saying help is on the way. It moves forward. Help will be there. It moves forward. This is going to be temporary here, only a little bit longer. And then it clears up and we go on a new journey. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you, sweet tea. I had the death card on the bottom, which is my card for big change. And I was hearing the song, A Change is Going to Come, like he's singing it to me. Yeah, I know he liked to dance. You know, there's videos of him on YouTube. He liked to dance, but I'm hearing him sing. He's saying we're going to climb to higher ground. He's really excited about the victory of Kamala being in the White House. Thank you, Stacy. And he's saying he will be quite strong as a VP. So he's calling attention to her to watch the things that she does. Little lying Trump is just getting more and more emotional and unbalanced. He's like, don't worry about it. There's just so many things that have been covered up by Trump that are now going to get illuminated, and it's just going to disgust everybody. It's going to be like, oh my God, he did that too. You know, that kind of energy. So while we're doing a little mediumship, John Lewis, does he have a message for us? John liked to dance too, I think. If I remember right, he has some videos on YouTube.
It is not the time for pouting. There is the time for fighting. You have an agenda that you need to push forward. This is also a time for unity. Go and find your neighbor. Go and find your friend. Wear your mask, but go and find your neighbor. Go and find your friend. There's power in numbers here. And I think that is your reassurance, because a lot of people are afraid of the other. They're afraid of the Proud Boys. They're afraid of the Quackers. They're afraid of all this. But you are, and this election has proven it, you are in greater numbers than they are. So go and join together. Do it properly. Do it safely. With the 10 of Wands, there's a proper way to do everything, and this is not it. Don't go out and just be reckless. Go out and be effective. But you can't just protest. You have to take the protest out of the street and put it into the courthouse. Otherwise, it means nothing. There is the Queen of Swords, Lovers, and the Hierophant. Make sure that you are also represented in government. This means do not lose your engagement after the election. You have local elections. You have sheriffs. You have local judges. You have things that affect your everyday community, and those are the things you also need to be engaged in. And that's what I get.
What are you getting, Becca?
Oh, did she mute?
Oh, are you muted? Sorry.
Oh, muted again. There we go.
Sorry, I was muted. I muted myself. I'm getting that it's going to be very important that for us to go out to vote for the runoffs, because it's very important that Biden has the Senate so that they can provide relief for families that are suffering and families that have lost so much and properties that have been foreclosed. People suffering families that lose their homes.
And one of the seats is his old seat.
He needs us to be out there to bring in success and deliver the decision. He's talking about that this person can be successful. This person that is trusted and loyal can be successful, but the decision needs to be there because the suffering needs to come to an end for us to move forward. The pain, the punishment, the regret, the suffering, it needs to end, move forward. But we need to get this person that is trusted what they need for the families that are suffering. That's what I'm getting.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm getting that there's so much that is going on in our country right now. It's going to be difficult to pick and choose like which things to target first. He's watching very closely to see if the Senate learns to work across the aisle and the House. He's kind of almost sitting in judgment to see will they work across the aisle and will they get the money out of politics. He's talking about there'll be a very important speech about this disease that's going on. It will be very fair and balanced for everyone, but it's a speech going out to all of America. And he's talking about making sure that we protect ourselves because some people just aren't going to do it. And he's talking about that commerce will get stronger, that we will move forward. So our economy will get a little bit stronger under Biden. And he sees victory with that. There's going to be a lot of things in the planning stage until they can get bills passed and stuff. Biden, we read before, like, would there be a mass exodus? This was like 2 or 3 months ago. We read, will there be a mass exodus once Trump loses? Will people start like abandoning ship? And we were getting like, yeah, before the end of the term, people would start fleeing before the end of the term, before Biden's even sworn in. I want to know, will Biden fire a lot of appointees that Trump appointed to get them out of our government? These unqualified people that he's putting everywhere. Will Biden come in like in the first couple of days and get rid of a lot of these people?
I think he'd have to. Administration changed. He has a whole other agenda they can't be a part of, or they shouldn't be a part of. Let me say it.
Some of them, can be career appointments, that are doesn't really matter if you're Republican or Democrat, but there's so many unqualified people in. I just feel like he's got to like poosh. So is he going to have a big firing day?
Yes. I don't even need the rest of these cards. There is some agenda here at the Victory Truth, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. There's some pink slips going out to some people. The 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands. I don't care how hard you worked. You got to go. 5 of Pentacles thrown out in the cold. So, yes. And it's kind of happening already with the 8 of Wands. It's a movement energy. So yeah, it's what position you have, and the positions he's naming, and I'm pretty sure once the head of that department comes in, you're probably going. Yes, sun on the bottom.
Yeah. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting a yes. But the Trump administration and his cronies are going to make it difficult. There's something about the way that these people are hired that causes a problem to get rid of them, and it causes a lot of worry. Ultimately, they get rid of them, but there's something about the way that they're hired that causes a lot of anxiety because there's blockages to doing it a certain way. Like, he can't just go in there, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. There's something in the way that it's set up that it may put up problems for them to get fired.
Interesting, because Trump could go in and just fire everybody.
But no, it's this would be like they're not the boss, they're a worker there. So it may be something about like hiring and firing federal employees because there's a problem. They want to, but there's a problem, and that causes worry. See what I'm saying? I don't know what that is, but
yeah, I think it's more with the heads of the department. It's like a bunch of new jobs because they're burdened by the Republican appointees. I get a big old yes on that. It's like, one ad seeking someone who doesn't lie and isn't over emotional. And I feel like he's finding balance with Kamala. He's talking to her a lot about people they've worked with in the past. So he's clearing a lot through her of who they're going to appoint on a lot of these positions.
that reminds me, I just saw Cappy's mom. She posted something where appointees can be fired, career people stay. And I remember I had seen something on TYT about a week, 2 ago, that what Trump is doing is firing the appointees and making his people career people. So it becomes hard for them to get fired. They're doing a bunch of shady stuff to where he's going to try to stick it to Biden even when he's not there, because he's going to have those people blocking him. See what I'm saying? Because
he's got so the people he has trouble. Thank you, Corliss. The people he has trouble getting rid of. Are they going to be reporting back to Trump what's going on? Are they going to be sharing secrets and stuff? The people he has trouble getting rid of? Are you back, Rudy? Will they be telling Trump things? He's putting in loyalists that he trusts?
See, Starchild, Trump is instilling political appointees as career. I told you there's a problem to getting him out. It makes them nervous. They get him out, but there's a problem that's delayed. It's almost like he's trying to sabotage the incoming administration. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, like with people that aren't qualified to do the job.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, they're going back and talking to him in secret. They're reporting it. There's persistent communications here in secret, classified, about what they're working on, their projects.
Yeah, I get strength on that too with his circle of support, taking it back to Trump, even though he's cut out and gone. Bringing an abundance of information and shining a light on things for him so that he knows what's going on. Some of those leaders that they have trouble getting rid of, they're not going to get the whole truth. They're going to get some deceptions. So they're not going to be forthright with some of those people because they know they can't trust them. What'd you get, Johnny?
Yeah, I get there is going to be some sort of attempt to work from the government. I guess back to Trump here with the Three of Pentacles. There's still some implants there. There will be some, I guess, imbalance in the government here with the Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant. However, they are still on the way out. New administration, new rules, new people.
Yeah. At the end of the day, just remember, Trump's a freaking idiot. He couldn't tie his shoelaces if he tried. So it might be a little bit of a hiccup, but it'll be fine.
I want to see what Spirit has to say about this one. Why are Dems weak when it comes to confronting the GOP. Like there's certain senators and Congress people that get out there that we see all the time, but the majority of them, like you don't even see them on TV, you know, pitching a fit or challenging or getting irate over anything. Why is it that the Dems appear weak when they're about confronting the GOP? What you getting, Becca?
Status quo, don't rock the boat. You're going to anger the donors.
I'm getting the same thing. Like the retreat. You know, they try to move forward, but all the money from the donors, the steady money, all this, it gives them anxiety. They're afraid they'll be brought to an end. And, you know, it's also a little bit of a fear of Nancy because she stands on higher ground with the donors. So Pelosi more than Schumer.
I heard all the words that were in your head.
Right.
When you lean back like this, that's like it was like at least 4 curse words. I know that popped up.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got the Lovers and the 3 of Cups. People of like mind and people of like party. There's the Strength card. However, both characters in this card is not the depiction of strength. You would think the lion is, but the lion is being tamed. Here with the 4 swords, there's the docile environment of the Democrats. They are told, don't rock the boat. It is coming from its leadership, though. This is their agenda. Sad to say, too. Not to, you know, bash the side that we are dependent on right now, but their agenda is being passed. They just don't fight Republicans. They still get their money, their this, their that, because a lot of them are just Republican light. But you have the Sun and the 7 of Cups, and so they are still getting what they want. They're just not fighting for what you want, which is a whole other thing. But anyway, that's why.
What he said.
So Trump's all over the place in Georgia Saturday night doing his little rally. You know, he only let the 2 that are running for Senate from the Republicans talk for like 5 minutes each, and he's up there for like an hour. And they're pretty much discouraging people, you know, from voting because the election's rigged. So I know, Becca, you read on this in your live stream last night, but Johnie, I thought maybe
I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit this one out. Because we're going to listen to them. They're that stupid. I swear. Yeah. It reminds me of that card, that story about the Pied Piper with the kid with the flute that got all the rats to go off a cliff. That's Trump and his supporters.
Yeah. So are they splitting the Republican voters, or is there going to be a low voter turnout on the Republican side?
You know, it's one of those things where never mind. Thank God for some stupid people, I guess. It's one of them things to where you step back and think, while I am grateful that he is incompetent, I really think we didn't have to go through all this just to learn this in particular lesson. I didn't really need this lesson.
Like, did it have to be this bad?
Yes. I mean, thank goodness that some of us survived Donald Trump, but I could have done without it. I'm just saying.
Trump even called the governor of Georgia and was trying to get him to, throw out some votes and stuff. That's sedition too. I mean, he could end up on sedition charges.
He has confused. He has planted confusion.
But he probably doesn't care because he thinks he can pardon himself and get away with it.
Yes, he has planted confusion. 3 of cups. Here's his community, but they have the 7 of cups. They don't know what to do now. They were probably had their mind up before him because, vote right. But the Page of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, there's Republicans in here. He is on the inside, but he has planted some sort of ugly news. And with the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the Moon, he has destroyed their voter turnout. Now it's up for grabs. Like, I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. It's so
useful for something.
He finally did something right. Get the Republicans not to turn out to vote. Yeah, I get a big old yes. Like it's going to affect it because, and that's part of the plan, is to get a low voter turnout. It's playing on the judgment and the logic of these people, and it's messing with their minds. So they stay home. They retire. They don't go vote. But it's all fueled by Trump and bringing a change. So,
Man, they're dumb. They are so dumb. And then they had that one guy up there saying that if Loeffler and Purdue haven't done anything for us, we shouldn't do anything for them. It's like, y'all go ahead. Y'all just stay home. Just stay home. Just stay home.
Well, you got Mitch McConnell that's about to lose his job as, the speaker, right? As the majority leader, sorry. And yet you don't see him on TV saying, Trump, shut up. You don't see him saying anything about all this.
They haven't put a muzzle on that dog since he got out the cage.
Nope.
He's going to be losing his mind. What is McConnell thinking about all this? That he's about to lose his seat because of them dividing the Republicans.
They're in the white Bronco chase and they put the flat tires on their own car.
That's it. and the glove fit the hand.
And mind you, we're the tards. We're the tards. The ones that are incapable of cognitively reasoning things out.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you, J.A.
Well, Mitch McConnell, what's he thinking right now about Georgia and he's about to lose his power?
It's only flat on one side that makes it worse. Oh, Lord.
What did you get, Johnny? Did you get that hand?
No, I got this is called the movie tarot, right? And the first card is Judgment, but that's Kill Bill. It's like, can we get rid of this guy, please? Oh, it's too late now. Like, I get it. He's a good distraction. You put all your judges in places, and so forth, so forth. But he hijacked your whole party. Was it really worth it?
And ruined your whole party.
Mm-hmm. Or is it really that worth it?
Yep, he got 3 Supreme Court judges, God knows how many hundreds of other judges, unqualified judges, mind you. all over the US, got his tax cuts that Biden is in no rush to undo.
And you lost some seats in places that, and then Mitch McConnell's secure, so he doesn't care about them other
Nope.
people. But and that's another thing. He doesn't really care about y'all losing your seat. Well, y'all still protected him too, I bet you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
What do
well.
you got, Johnny? How's Mitch McConnell feeling about Georgia?
How's he feeling about Kill Bill?
There is some complacency. There is some despondency. He's kind of, well, it is what it is, which is not necessarily the case, because you, Deadhead McGee, had the opportunity to get rid of this lion sack of crap, because you could have not just impeached him, but you could have reined him in, because you pretty much called the shots in that administration, if you really think about it. But there is also opportunities for personal enrichment. So that kind of weighed out everything else. And so he's just kind of waiting for administration change and waiting for his paycheck. But he kind of is what it is, because he himself has benefited. Everybody else, not so much. But yeah.
Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, I get, like, everything that he's worked together on, and the Republicans, they've already been victorious because, they got their tax bill, they got their judges and everything. And that's his legacy. So, his challenge will be to get any plans off the ground going forward. He's going to give as little as he can. He's going to try to burden the Senate as much as he can during the transition. He's waiting for the next election, so the midterms, and try to create some chaos so that they can bring some balance back to the Republican side in the midterms.
I'm getting that he doesn't care. He doesn't care because he only sees it as a temporary loss and a little bit of a win for the Democrats. Only a tiny win. He does still feel that he has the upper hand. Even if they're the minority by 2, he's still going to play the game as if he were the majority leader. So I don't know if that means caucusing everybody here, his entourage, and giving him the win that way. Like, nobody is allowed to vote with the Dems at all. We're just going to block, delay, cut, shut it down. If that's going to be his tactic, because he's still coming from a place of power and success over here, even though he's been cut away and he's lost it. He's still acting like this.
So will the other Republican senators listen to him anymore, or will they start breaking from him? Because we're seeing it with the voters that they're breaking up the Republican Party. Will the Senate Republicans start breaking up? A few of them have called Biden and congratulated him.
I want to know that about the Dems too.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to be the tightest of numbers in there, they need everybody on the same side.
Yeah.
No, man.
They've got a couple of senators that are actually very right wing.
What you don't need is a Tulsi Gabbard-like person.
I thought she's not going to be there anymore. I thought she.
No, she was a representative.
Yeah, she was a representative.
Yeah, no, she gave it up.
So will Mitch McConnell still be effective?
I'm going to ask mine, will there be a mutiny against Mitch McConnell? Because you can't tell me those people love him.
I get that something's going horribly wrong. Now, I'll believe that when I see it, but it has something to do with cemented influence, or I guess assumption of cemented influence with the 7 of Pentacles, but it starts with 3 of Swords and the Tower. So there's some separation and some sudden separation and disaster. I don't know if there's a coup or if there's some sort of Quackernon invasion or something of that nature, but
Quacker on it.
All the little ducks walking in.
but there's a scheme to, I guess, change the horizon with the Eight of Cups. There's a scheme coming along there. There's a fresh woman in there somewhere or another who may be at the core of trying to get Captain Deadhand to move on. I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll believe it when I see it too, Johnny.
Yeah, I get Wheel of Fortune, times up, times changing right now. There's a new action, and I feel like this is coming inspired by the donors who are sitting in judgment on McConnell. So he's going to have difficulty getting his plans off the ground too. I get heartbreak for McConnell, and I get that there's a new leader in the Republican Party that people cling to, that people work with, and it's not Mitch. But we're definitely going to hear about it. This is going to happen rather quickly. And then I get Mitch is like left out, walks away.
I'm getting something interesting because I had asked if there's going to be a mutiny against Mitch McConnell. I'm getting that there is separation in the party. However, I'm also getting that there's going to be a new vote in the House. There's the House, quite literally the House, and then a vote. Why? For something to change and move. This is an action card. So I do not know if this SOB keeps trying to play the same game of obstruct, 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 obstruct. And I don't know if the House would take him up for a vote here. Like, I don't know what they could do. Could they censure him? That would have to come from the Senate. The House, I don't know if the House can vote to impeach him.
No, the House impeaches or censures, and then it goes to the Senate to decide.
So it's showing that the House votes here, and then there's a change. So hopefully the Dems will grow some cojones and be like, oh, you want to play big guy? You want to play? We're just going to impeach you. How about that? How about that? Because he's been doing this for 10 years. Over 10 years.
Over 10.
Over 10 years.
What's amazing to me, though, is for the first 2 years before the midterms, he had the Senate and the House, and they got so little done.
Yeah.
So let's ask Johnny's question. Will the Dems work together, or is there going to be division?
Will the Dems work together? Will the Dems work together or what?
Or will there be division in the Democrats also?
Because if we get a tie, basically their leader is Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm. Joe Manchin might as well just go over to the Republican side because he votes with them half the time anyways.
Ooh, breaking news. Barr has just announced he may leave his position before Trump leaves the White House.
Au revoir. Ciao, ciao. Don't let
the door hit you on the backside.
Yep.
We'll be back for you with handcuffs.
I get no, they're all on the same side. The hangman, change in perspective. Instead of being stagnant, you can go change in perspective because it's crossed by the star. So it's the good news for the future. Nine of Swords in judgment, everybody's not on the same page. They just submit a united front. Mm-hmm. So as far as because my 10 of Cups is my Democrat card, it's here, 7 of Wands. They climb to the higher ground under the leadership of some woman here with the Queen of Wands. I'm going to call that my Kamala card because that's the one that kept coming up for me when I asked who the VP was. I kept getting Queen of Wands.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you getting, Becca?
I get that they work together on some issues that are significantly important, and then there's other issues where they are significantly divided. the issues where they become significantly divided has to do with promises that cause shortages for families. I don't know. Problems or promises that get cut short or missing or stolen or broken
Stimulus.
for families here.
Thank you, Carol. Yeah, I get there is some fighting and negotiating going on and a lot of conversations, a little bit of heartbreak going on. But I get, the male and female energy is going to come together in one voice. So we may not hear about it much. There will be some peace offerings, but those will be behind closed doors. They're going to put a strong face forward. Okay, final questions. I got a couple here. Let's see. Besides depends, what else will they find that Trump leaves behind in the White House? And one of our viewers actually said, is Trump licking all the doorknobs and railings? So what surprises? Is Trump going to leave anything? Is he going to sabotage or leave anything for Biden? And then I have a personal question.
What surprises is Joe Biden going to find that Trump left?
A bag of Depends in the closet, or
a pallet's worth of Adderall.
open up the Oval Office desk and their Adderall just falls out everywhere.
What surprises is Joe Biden going to find that Trump left behind?
Spray tan stains.
Spray tan stains or skid marks.
I get there's a liquid of some sorts, like something that an alcohol. I'm trying to be diplomatic and try to find some way around saying that there might be some boozations going on. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure the White House staff will clean up after Donald Trump, but I think there's some sort of liquid, possibly even an antacid liquid, so like a Pepto-Bismol or something, but there is something left behind that you could drink. That's what I get.
Thank you, Anna. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting more like, I don't know if this is Air Force One or the vehicles that drive him around. A sedative or something that has to do with aging here. This is about calm and peace and wisdom and serenity and taking your time and being patient. But it also has to do with seniors. But it's in a vehicle. I don't know if this is Air Force One or the cars that drive him around.
I get that he's planning to leave a message about how he won. I get that there is something tangible stuck. I feel like it's in the carpet, like a stain in the carpet that Joe sees. There's something that he breaks that there's going to be arguments about. So he's going to break something and argue about replacing it. And he changes something that I feel like it's in the Oval Office. He changes something that's to send a very smug kind of message. But yeah, he's gonna leave a message about how he won, how Trump won. I'll be back.
Wonderful.
Okay, so my question for the night. I had to order more socks again because I work at home. I don't go out much. I drive like 1 mile up the road to the grocery store every 3 weeks and 1 mile back, right? I'm here all the time. Where do all my socks go when I do laundry?
Isn't that the $1 million question?
Where does everyone's socks go when they're doing laundry and they disappear?
Where are the missing socks from the laundry?
Where are all the missing socks from the laundry that everybody has lost?
First card I get is moon. It's like, scratching.
It's in outer space.
We have a bunch of spirits wearing socks now. Where do they go?
They are, and this is coincidence. I'm using the cat deck because the devil is here, and it looks like Artie.
Artie did it. Artie did it.
It looks like him.
He's saying you're guilty, Artie.
You little menace. You little menace.
You take the socks.
From the laundry. Where do they go?
I got the moon in the tower and the devil. They're stolen, or stolen is probably a strong word. They're moved. And mind you, sometimes this is why if you buy socks, get ones with patterns. Because if you buy a bunch of white, bunch of black, bunch of solid colors, and they're all the same, you take them to the washing, and there's probably one left behind.
I only wear socks that have.
When you take them out and you put them all in their pairs or whatever you do, and you figure, oh, you're missing one, that's because it's still in the closet. And then once you put everything away and then you do another load of laundry, now you have one single sock and you probably threw that other one away. So they keep getting lost, but there is one here with the temperance and the 6 of swords. Somebody has it and somebody moved it. So unless it was the ghost upstairs, somebody else did it.
Yeah, I get there's a collaboration on it. A circle of support and a collaboration on, it's like seeking them. Where'd they go? Well, they're somewhere in the house. And, the house, like, truthfully, if I thought about it, maybe if I did some housework, I would see where they go in the house. But they move away. This is my pack your bags, you're moving card. They move. They literally move somewhere. This is my mediumship card. So it could be spirit messing with them.
Said Artie is selling your socks online.
He's buying more cat toys.
So I got the sun, the bear, and the storks. The sun is a light bulb, a battery, or other energy source, floodlights, any hot area or region, such as the tropics or the desert.
Or the dryer, the hot area, the dryer. They're missing in the dryer.
They're missing from the dryer. Then I got the bear, which is a restaurant, a dining room, or anywhere where you eat, a bank, a piggy bank, or where you keep your money. And then I got the storks, a nursery, a baby layette, diapers, a ladder or an escalator, or on top of something, such as on top of the ceiling or the roof or the fridge.
The baby bed. That would be Artie's and Lucy's beds.
Like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah. So here's the dryer, somewhere where it's hot. This is throwing me off because this is like food or somewhere where you would store something, and this is on top of something. So maybe it goes on top of something inside the dryer.
The elf on the shelf got it.
I mean, I look around the dryer, I look under, behind it, everywhere. I'm like, okay,
either way, it moves.
The socks went in the washer, and this many half pairs came out of the dryer.
It moves. It moves. It goes. It changes.
They turn into lint.
Or it's in the universe somewhere hot in a black hole. That's where it's at. It moved over there. I don't know. In an alternate reality. in a galaxy far, far away, there's like a whole like what do you call those? Communes of missing socks, you know.
I mean, I have spirit, because when I'm doing personal readings, I'm connecting, to people's departed loved ones. So I have spirit in my house all the time. So I kind of wondered, like, are they playing a joke on me? But I mean, I had like enough socks that I didn't have to do laundry for 3 or 4 weeks if I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I have enough socks to wear every day. And now all of a sudden I have like 3 pairs, 4 pairs. I'm like, where are my socks? How does that many pairs of socks disappear?
Yep, there's like an alternative reality out there somewhere, like on this happy euphoria place where all the socks go to hang out, you know.
New dimension.
For any of the Ren and Stimpy fans, y'all know I wear my Ren and Stimpy t-shirt in the summer. There is an episode where they go to an alternate universe and there's a pile of left socks. Just a big old stinky pile of socks.
Stephen Haggard, a tear in the continuum. Where they are.
I asked Spirit to help me find them, but it's almost like it's a joke or something. I don't know. But thank
Mine
you
were
all.
in my pants leg one time because when you do your washing, they fly and flop everywhere, especially when they're in the dryer. And so
Yeah.
I'm looking and looking and looking. One day I went to put the pants on and bloop, a sock fell out. There you go.
I think it's interesting that Artie may be carrying them around, the toothless wonder.
Little Artie, little menace.
Well, thank you all, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for the super chats, and thank you to the moderators again. We'll be live on Becca's channel next week. If we don't do lives before then, we'll probably be on before then.
I will try to go live this week. I will try.
You got to go through some of your grand tableaus. You had some interesting ones.
I know, but I was just like, I was so brain dead. I'm like, my brain was fried. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through this. But I took notes, so yeah, I'll try to go through them.
Does Artie look like he has any missing socks? He
It
doesn't.
looks like they're in his belly.
He's wearing them under his UGG boots.
Oh, Artie.
Well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.